Hey everybody, Richard Seller here. Friday, late September 2018. Saw a crazy article. A lot of you guys like the Paul Flart video that I did, so I'm trying to find unusual employment law angles. I just read an article that there is a sex robot brothel opening up in Houston, Texas. For those of you who are, I guess, not in the know, artificial intelligence has developed to the point where they have created these crazy robots that are incredibly lifelike, that both men and women can engage in whatever sexual fantasy they want to have with these robots. So there's a company based out of Canada that's opening up this brothel in Houston, Texas, and there was an outcry that, this is prostitution, this is illegal. There's men, I think it's mostly men, paying money to have sex, and that's illegal, it's prostitution. And the law says they're having sex with machines. It's not really illegal so much as it is unusual. It's an interesting concept. I always try to think what my grandparents would think of this if they were still alive, but I shudder at that thought. In any event, there's always an employment law tie-in, so let's talk about it. This business is a business like any others, and there's employment laws and obligations that will apply to the workplace. And some may say, well, what rights really could an employee working at a robot sex brothel have? And what if they're offended by something they walk in on? And the answer is, believe it or not, employees who work in these businesses still have their rights protected, even against things like an uncomfortable or sexual work environment. There's cases that pop up regularly of folks that work at gentlemen's or strip clubs, and they feel that they're sexually harassed or inappropriately spoken to or touched. And one might think at first glance, you work at a strip club, but a lot of these folks that work at these clubs, for example, are just some single moms trying to pay bills or whatever else. That doesn't mean that their rights are not intact. So there will be some interesting, assuming this business expands to different locations around the country, there's going to be some interesting employment law issues that will arise. The one that bothers me the most is that somebody's going to have to clean these robots up after the gentlemen customers are done. And we laugh, but there's a potential workers' compensation issue there if the worker happens to get foreign, how do I say this nicely, fluids on them from a customer. They're literally going to have to go into these robots and scrub them down and clean them up. You could contract hepatitis, HIV, all sorts of things. So there is a workers' comp issue potentially involved here. I'm being silly. This is kind of more of a fun, interesting topic, but I'm always trying to find the employment law angle in it. Most importantly, for the kids out there potentially watching this video, don't be the guy or girl that has to wind up cleaning these robots. Stay in school. Don't get in trouble. Do your homework. Because otherwise, and as a parent, I don't know that I'll say this to my kids, but you could wind up cleaning out foreign fluids in a sex robot business. How's that for a job? Guys, have a great weekend. Hope you enjoy this little bit of silliness here on a Friday afternoon. Stay safe and enjoy yourselves. Be well.